Hello and welcome to this video tutorial. My name is David Thorne. I'm from Thorne Web Design. In this tutorial what I want to show you is actually the built-in web server which has been released with the new PHP 5.4 version. I don't say new, it got released in December. But it's really funky thing, and it's really good to play with. And I just want to show you how to do it. So let's open the terminal up first of all. Actually, I have one open up already, so we can go to that one. Let's close that one down. Go to this one. Alright, first thing you do need to have is PHP 5.4 installed. Okay, so just check your version by running PHP-V and you can see that you've got PHP 5.4. That's the most important thing. Now, let's not worry about HTTPD, let's not worry about DNS, named, anything like that whatsoever. Okay, let's just go, right, we want to make a quick website and we only want to test it and we don't want to do any DNS zones, any virtual host or anything like that. Let's just quickly run it and get it done. Alright, that's what we're going to do. So let's just get rid of that first of all. Now you see in the background that this machine is running on 10.10.10.30, okay, and it's picking this website up on port 80. Alright, now because my HTTPD is running on port 80, we can't run this built-in web server with PHP on port 80, so we're going to have to run it on a different port. That's not a big problem. Okay, so what we want to do first of all is want to make like a document root, and so we're on the root level at the moment. What we're going to do is on the root level, as root, we're going to make a directory and we're just going to say PHP web server. Okay, and we're going to go inside of that PHP web server and we're just going to then make an index file. Okay, we're going to say index.php. We'll open this up and then we'll just chuck some PHP tags in here and then just say echo, or let's type echo properly. I am served, let's say. Served, that's better. And we'll do PHP info as well, just to show you. Okay, so that's now running. That's not running yet, but it's now there. Now we've got two ways of doing this. We can either sit in the directory, so let's just ls out of what files we're in, and the current working directory then is the root PHP web server. Now we can use the PHP command here and say -s, which is going to basically define which host and which port we're going to run on. Now we're just going to say 10.10.10.30 for the time being, and we'll say port 81. Alright, and because we're in this one directory already, the built-in web server is going to serve files from this one directory itself. Okay, so we just press enter and you can see now that the document root is then root php web server. Okay, and it's listing on 10.10.10.30 colon 81, so port 80. So let's now change this then to port 81 and you see we get a fully functional web page, and even down here you can see that it's showing you all of which pages are being run and all the data which go in there. So it's basically logging in real time all of the information which you need to do. Now my mouse has been a nightmare in this. Sorry, it's just have to move it around everywhere. Okay, so now that's potentially it. So what about if you want to run it as a shell script or whatever, and then have a consistent place where you want to put all of your documents. So you don't want to have to run this one shell script over this one directory. So let's just change directory, shall we? Or we just change directory at home, David, and go in here, whatever. Alright, and then we can, it doesn't really matter which directory you're in, is what I'm trying to say. Just run the php s command and then we just say 10.10.10.30 and then port 81 once again. Now we just say -t. Okay, with the T switch we can actually explicitly declare where the document root is. So we just run it again. We see that the website is up and running, the web server is up and running. We just refresh this page and then you can see here that we get all of the feedback of which page was requested and so on. Okay, that's all well and good once again, but we're using IP addresses at the moment. Well, like I said, you don't need to worry about DNS or named, so we want to actually just make a website. Now, this is also easily done, so let's just press Control C to get out of this, and all we have to do is edit our host file. Whoops. CD, that's not going to edit it, that's going to change directory there. Okay, let's go in here, and now you see what I've done here is I've made a local IP address just with using the host file. Remember that DNS checks the host file first, then it checks the DNS itself. So we always know that it's going to come to this one file first if you haven't changed the settings. So in here we're going to say 127.0.0.10, all right, and just say www.testdomain.com. all right, very, very simple. So let's just come out of this now and let's run our command once again. So php dash big S, and I'm going to say www.testdomain.com dash T is then the document root of where it's going to be served from, and then php dash WebServer. Let's hit go. Oh, invalid address. Oh yeah, that's right. Forgot the port. We have to. My mistake. Okay, make sure you put the port on there, and it's running once again. Okay, this is now not going to work. Right, see, we get problem loading page, which is good. Okay, and then we come here and say test domain. Okay, then port 81. You can see here that it's running once again. So you can actually run your website very, very quickly. So say someone sends you a file and you say, okay, the file or the website which is running has got domain names everywhere and so on. You're like, I don't want to go through all the files and change all the domain names everywhere. What I'll do is I'll just quickly whack a domain name in my host file. I'll stick it in a folder. Don't have to worry about any permissions or any SE Linux or anything like that. I'll chuck it in there, and I know PHP will just serve this one web page very, very quickly. So that's basically it. That's all I want to show you. It's just, I think it's a very handy thing to have, very good thing to have, very, very simple, very, very easy. Okay, have some fun with it. If you don't want to learn DNS, you don't want to learn about A records and NS records and so on, and you don't want to learn about how to make virtual hosts and this, that and the other, fine. Just learn how to do this. It's like php-s, then the domain, then the port, -t, then the document root. Finished, done. Okay, and stick something in your host file. Very, very quick and simple. If you're new to Linux, if you're new to all of this, then have a go. All right. Okay, my name's David Thorne. I hope you've got something out of this, just something interesting, something new with PHP 5.4. That's it. I wish you a nice day. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.